A pleasant good evening from Red Mountain High School on Homecoming 2019. Kevin Derryberry alongside my broadcast partner James Poovey. We've got to look back before we can go forward. And last week, 4 overtime thriller against the Perry Pumas. Yes, indeed, Red Mountain came up 1 buck short. What a thrilling football game. What a tremendous high school atmosphere here. 68-67. How about this? 882 total yards in that contest. 17 touchdowns scored by Hiram Bourne and Chubba Purdy.
Wow, unbelievable offensive performances on both sides of the football. Both teams playing great defense. It's one of those games that you live for. It'll go down in the record books of Arizona high school football history for a while, and we were just privileged to be a part of it. A high-scoring game, and Red Mountain's been knocking on the door for the last couple of years, and will this be the year that they finally kick that door in, Kevin?
Well, there's a lot of football to play, no question about that. But what we did learn about that 68-67 defeat, in an amazing game that had so many thrilling events, the kick for Connor Gardner with 29.6 seconds to go to tie it at 39. Then to shut down Chubba Purdy as they missed a field goal as time expired. Just so many unbelievable moments in that game, but we learned a lot of things. And part of that is we've got to show up some things on special teams. We've got to develop some depth. And that's where Dobson comes into play. Tonight's game, Homecoming 2019, we play the Dobson Mustangs. Red Mountain looking to win their 10th consecutive game against the Dobson Mustangs. Dobson's going to be coached by Bill Gottsel, his first year. That's one difference for them, but the Dobson Mustangs, they don't have a lot of numbers. And for Red Mountain, it's a chance to get well tonight. Not only get back in the win column, but develop that depth that I referred to.
Yeah, they'll have the starters in for a good portion of the game, at least probably a half or so, obviously depending on how the game goes, but it'll be a chance for a lot of those younger players to get in and get those quality varsity reps and really get some of that live bullet action. You mentioned Connor Gardner a little bit earlier. Consistency, ice water in his veins last week against Perry Pumas, and he's been putting Red Mountain in good field position all season long.
He's done a great job, but he can improve. He can punt the ball better, and we can start converting on our PAT. So there's room for improvement for everybody on this team. Tonight we're going to see some new players. One of the guys you're going to see, in fact, I'll go ahead and give you my impact players of the game. I'm going with Ty McElroy right out of the gate. I like Ty McElroy tonight to get in the end zone. I also like Josiah Villanueva coming off the bench. I think he has a chance to really make a contribution this evening. And on the defensive side, how about Will Vander Linden? This young man's going to play a lot tonight. He might even start over Parker McClure. And speaking of Parker McClure, 17 tackles last week against Perry. Big boy stuff. Fumble recovery. 17 tackles for number 30. It's good to have him back in the lineup. You'll see him sparingly tonight.
Yeah, Parker McClure's been a big impact player for Red Mountain this season, and they've been getting it done all over the football field here so far in the 2019 campaign, so we'll see if they can continue that here tonight against the Dobson Mustangs, and it should be a good game. It was nice to see a couple of the leaders on the Red Mountain sideline here before the game talking to some of their teammates, coaching them up, saying, hey, listen, this is Dobson. I understand that, but we're not going to take them lightly. We're going to come to this game seriously, and we're going to take care of business. That's exactly what Red Mountain wants to do here this evening.
Well, you have to. The Dobson will boast one of their wide receivers, Xavier Jimenez. He's their leading wide receiver. He has big-time speed, and for Jimenez, he returned 2 punts last week to the end zone, one of them for 76 yards. So the special teams will need to be on alert here tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a great contest here. Kickoff coming at you at 7 p.m. tonight. Homecoming 2019 here at Red Mountain High School. Should be a good one.
We'll draw the curtain on Red Mountain and Dobson coming up next. Homecoming 2019 right here on Red Mountain TV on YouTube.
Now taking the field for Homecoming 2019. Dobson elected to receive. Red Mountain will defend the south goal in the first quarter. Captains for the night's game for the Dobson Mustangs, number 3, Michael Gundersdorf. Number 11, Damian Duarte. Number 38, Pierre McNeil. And number 75, Tuku Lupe. Captains for Red Mountain, number 7, Hiram Boren. Number 54, Jake Griffin. Number 64, Ben Bray. And number 76, Austin Cooley. Leading off the Red Mountain, number 11, Connor Gardner. Defensive back number 6, Xavier Jimenez, and number 16, Amani Anderson.
A very pleasant good evening from Red Mountain High School as we welcome you inside the Parker & Sons press box on the campus of Red Mountain for Red Mountain football on YouTube. Kevin Derryberry alongside James Poovey as the Mountain Lions play host to the Dobson Mustangs. And we are about ready to commence this evening's ball game. Connor Gardner will set the ball up. It will be teed up on the 40-yard line on the far hash. Xavier Jimenez is a dangerous return threat. He's back deep for the Dobson Mustangs. He'll fumble it at the 10 to the 15, and he's got nowhere to go. Special teams coming in with a vengeance. Josiah Villanueva was one of the guys down there, and also down in that area, looked like 38 in there making a play. Ryan Grossklaus also in the mix.
Number 12 doing a great job in there too. Cody McLaughlin getting the first wrap there and let special teams tackle. Excellent way to start the football game for Red Mountain.
Cody McLaughlin, the first one out of that pile there. Josiah Villanueva, one of my picks to click tonight. Chance to have an impact ball game. Ty McElroy is my guy. At quarterback, it'll be Michael Gundersdorf, completing 33% of his passes to begin the season. He'll be back to throw, and he's under pressure immediately. And the pass is a jump ball on the far sideline, and there's a pass breakup immediately. Going towards the quarterback, Cole Shivers, and Daniel Butler also there. A whole slew of defenders there. In fact, James, that ball took a long time to go up and a long time to come down, and when it was all said and done, it was triple coverage.
Yeah, he threw into a number of Red Mountain defenders that time, but Dobson right away going to the air with the football. They're going to try to strike quick and strike first here.
So Gundersdorf begins this game 0 for 1. Dobson will begin inside the 13-yard line here. And we get a whistle right away. We had a lot of whistles last week. Red Mountain and Dobson, homecoming 2019. Glad to be with us. We want to thank all the viewers that were with us from wire to wire for all 3 hours and some 20 minutes last week in that 68-67 4-overtime thriller that saw Perry just clip Red Mountain here at home. 68-67, a game that, quite frankly, James, has been very difficult to walk away from, as we have talked about that for the entire week, one way or the other, in one form or another. There's been a lot of conversation about Perry and Red Mountain from a week ago.
Yeah, that game's going to be talked about for quite some time, especially as we get close to that Super 8.
The starting tailback here tonight for Michael Gundersdorf. He'll work with a couple of different guys, but Shelton Coulter is a fullback. He'll get a start, and they'll run a couple different guys in and out. So not much going there. Parker McClure coming off 17 tackles, a career high for him just 1 week ago. Has a chance to have a big night tonight. And for Kyle Enders, he's turned things over to Josh Barge. Josh Barge will call the defense tonight. Coach Enders is going to work on coaching and working on some technique. And they're trying to build depth here tonight at the expense of the Dobson Mustangs. 10:55 to go, opening quarter. Another absolute gorgeous sunset here in the East Valley as the sun is setting towards the west. Gundersdorf to the air. It's a screen pass, a bubble screen towards the outside, and here come an absolute terror of defense. 3 or 4 guys ganged up to get the wide receiver. That was Xavier Jimenez. He's their leading receiver on the campaign. 7 catches, $189. In fact, last year, Jimenez had 18 catches for 182 yards and a touchdown. And you talk about a swarming defense right there. A whole slew of Red Mountain defenders got there to take care of business.
Yeah, leading the charge on that one for Red Mountain. That time, number 27, Skylar Edmonds with the great open field stop.
Edmonds had 4 assisted tackles last week. Here comes the pressure, and it's partially blocked. I think George Ramirez got a handle on that one. Wow. George Ramirez comes in and punts. Jordan Legg's punt partially blocked, and Red Mountain will set up here with golden field possession. And with 10:02 to go, they will begin their first drive on the 23-yard line. And James, this is the top scoring team in the 6A conference, the Red Mountain Mountain Lions, at 50.7 points a game. That's a heck of a scoring average. And how about it for Tabor Lamar and Chris Andriatis and all these playmakers down there led by Hiram Boren.
Potent offense here for the Mountain Lions.
Bourne's going to put the ball into the hands of Deontay Elliott to the 20, 15, 10, around the corner of the 5. Touchdown, first play, 23-yard house call. Deontay Elliott, his 5th rushing touchdown of the season. And just like that, one play from scrimmage, and Deontay Elliott scores a touchdown.
Just a little zone stretch to the right-hand side, cover up your man. Great edge blocking there as well from the Red Mountain offensive line, sealing it off. And Deontay Elliott doing the rest as he got to the corner with his speed.
Jake Griffin on that right side, 6'6", 260. And then Carson Foster also, you'll see a lot of time from Tyler Brown down there. But as JP pointed out, that right side, seal that edge. And then Deontay Elliott with the quicks and then the cutback to the outside. And then just using his blockers to perfection. It's 7-0 as Connor Gardner tacks on the point after try. His 34th point of the year. And with 9:56 to go, JP at 7-0 Mountain Lions. And that is what we kind of expected, right?
Just a 23-yard tote there for Deontay. A nice job there for the offense. And if you're Coach Mike Peterson in the Red Mountain Mountain Lions, you can't start any better than that.
For Deontay Elliott, his 18th career touchdown. It's 7-0. And you just look at some of the numbers for Red Mountain and Dobson. Passing yards, Red Mountain enters the game with 684. That's 9th of the conference. Dobson is woeful. They're just a young team for Bill Gotzel, coming over in his first year out of Coolidge, who was the head coach of the Coolidge Bears. And so you look at touchdowns, Dobson has scored only 3 touchdowns all season long. This is one of those lick your kind of chops kind of game. It's a get well game. You have a chance to get a lot of players involved, and you have a chance to work on some things.
Well, like you said, mentioned a little bit earlier in the broadcast, Coach Kyle Enders giving up the defense tonight to Coach Barge, letting him call the plays, and really allowing Coach Enders to dial in some of that technique and really get those guys coached up and prepare them for the long season ahead. So that's a great move and a great advantage for Red Mountain to be able to do that here this evening.
Another touchback for Connor Gardner, and that's what we need. The Mountain Lions have to shore up a lot of different areas. They have to clean things up, and one of those areas they can clean some things up is in that kicking game. They've missed some extra points. They've missed a field goal or 2, and they can really do a better job of getting the ball down the field and eliminating big returns and kicking it away from the top returner. So they've got things to work on. It's 7-0 here, opening quarter. That was Hunter Shorts going in motion, and a quick hitter. They want to run the ball up the middle and right on the edge for Mountain Lions. It looked like the big fella, Major Kelly, continues to stay hot. For Kelly, he gets the start tonight on the linebacker spot. Starts at the will. 23 tackles for Major Kelly. He's had 7 tackles, 11 tackles, and 5 last week against Perry as Major Kelly in that linebacker spot. So a loss of 1 give Kelly a TFL. JP, that is just so picturesque out to the west. Long count here for the Dobson Mustang and Michael Gundersdorf. He's not big. He's about 5'10". Shotgun snap, rolls on the far side, under pressure, and the pass is incomplete. And coming in a hurry was Trey the Truth Smith, applying pressure on the outside and give 88 a hurry on that one.
That was a great pressure that time from Trey Smith. He was very effective last week as well in that game against Perry, and he is going to get a lot of things done this year for Red Mountain on the end of that defensive line. He's able to do a great job in keeping outside contained. He's long, he's lean, he's got that very long arms. He's able to get that great extension and wall off that edge.
Starting up front for Red Mountain, Trey Smith on the left side, Costa Cooley's the nose tackle, Jake Griffin at that 3-tech spot, and they run it to Shorts, and Shorts is going to be strung out. They stretch him out to the far side on the far hash marks. Not a lot of real estate to run at all. And coming in to make the stop for the Mountain Lions, that was 45, Josh Campos, his 6th tackle of the season. For Josh coming into tonight's ball game, he had 5 tackles, and he's one of those guys that you'll see an awful lot of playing time here tonight.
Yeah, Campos did a great job that time, knifing through. I saw him get skinny there right in the middle of the line. They tried to double team him, but he got right through that immediately, and a great job getting into the backfield there for the Red Mountain Lions.
This is a punting formation here for Jordan Legg. The freshman puts a leg into that one, and it's not a very good kick. It angles to the 40-yard line, close to the 46-yard line, and that's where Red Mountain will begin their second drive. So the first 2 drives offensively for Red Mountain will begin in Dobson Mustang territory, and that's just too easy in a sense. The East Valley region for Dobson, they were 0-5 last year, 2-8 on the season, and for the Dobson Mustangs, they just have struggled for quite some time now.
Yeah, they've been in a rebuilding mode for a number of years now, and they were a powerhouse back in the day. I told somebody today that Red Mountain was up against Dobson, and he goes, "Oh, Dobson is, they're pretty good," and not as of late, but Coach Gottsel will give him a little time over there with the Mustangs. He'll get him short up.
Bourne looking for Rivera on the first throw of the game, and the ball is incomplete. Penalty marker comes in. Looked like the ball might have hit Rivera in the face mask there, but there was some coverage on the outside by the Dobson Mustangs. Providing that coverage was Pierre McNeil. And interesting about McNeil's 5'5", 190. He's their leading tackler, but he's out there on the edge taking on Ramses Rivera. That's a serious mismatch, and there must have been some miscommunication in the secondary for the Dobson Mustangs, because that shouldn't happen.
Well, credit to Hiram Bourne as well for being able to see that on the outside and get the ball out there in a hurry toward Ramses Rivera. And I think he was kind of surprised that it squirted through there, hit him in the face mask, as you said, but penalty nonetheless on the play, so they'll advance the ball.
What's impressive is the spiral pass by Hiram Bourne, and he gave Rivera a chance to make a play. They'll take advantage of the pass interference penalty, so Rivera will line up to the far side, and they're going to go back that way again. Bourne to the end zone, and the ball is broken up. Nice defense that time by the Dobson Mustangs. Number 80, Dominic Contreras, was in there with a pass breakup, and another nice pass by Bourne. But perhaps you might say that one's just slightly underthrown, because Rivera, if he gets to that high point in a leaping scenario, he has a chance to pick that one off and score it.
Yeah, he does, and credit as well to Contreras right there. A great job timing that elevation and that jump just in time to back that football away on defense for Dobson. An excellent play there for him.
Great defensive play there by Contreras. So it'll be second down from the 20-yard line. Rivera will line up to the far side. Jared Wilson lines up in the slot, and Jackson Beecher to the near side. 3 wide receiver package and a 2-back set. This is Ty McElroy, and now we get a stop and play here. Ty McElroy hasn't had a chance to carry the rock. Only 1 carry, and that's been Deontay Elliott, a 23-yard touchdown run. And Deontay is he's silky smooth when he gets the football in his hands.
Very elusive on the outside, especially if he's able to get to the edge, which he does very quickly oftentimes.
Great chance to introduce to you tonight's AIA officiating crew. The referee this evening is Rich Villarreal. Our umpire is John Nelson. The back judge is Gil Federico. Our head linesman is Travis Owen, and the line judge is Damian Burnett. For some fun, whoever put this referee card together, they flip-flopped head linesman Travis Owen And they have Owen Travis here, but if you know T.O., you know that it's Travis Owen, and so it's a no-brainer. But always pursuing victory with honor here in the Arizona Interscholastic Association. 7-0 ball game. Kevin Derryberry alongside James Poovey. Glad you can be with us on Red Mountain TV on the YouTube network as you're watching Red Mountain football on the Red Mountain Football Broadcast Network. A quick thank you to Dr. Corey Giles. Dr. Corey Giles, proud Mountain Lion supporter, helping patients live healthier lives. And we also like to thank Steve's Crazy Subs at 3 Mesa locations. Steve is just crazy with subs. 8:07 to go. A long delay here as this officiating crew is trying to get together here. We were trying to get some explanation on the 40-second clock, why the rule changes, and why we can't see the 40-second clock any longer, but that time is being kept on the field. And when you look down on the field, right here on the near side on the track, all kinds of returning cheerleaders and pommies, and what a great group here on Homecoming 2019. I saw Braden Jansen in the clubhouse early, Baby Thumpers here.
Very nice. There must be 250 cheerleaders down there right now, Kevin.
There's quite a group down there. Red Mountain clad in their black uniforms tonight, black pants with black jerseys with the Cardinal uniforms numbers outlined in white, and Dobson wearing their road whites with their travel gray pants. We continue to be in a delay here as they discuss with head coach Mike Peterson perhaps the time here. We'd like to say it's a TV timeout, but we're the TV crew, and that's not what it is.
They did not signal us for a timeout. You know, you talked Steve's Crazy Sub earlier. Is that a offshoot of Ned's Crazy Sub? It's been a little bit since I lived out here in the East Valley. Or is that a Hatfield McCoy type situation?
I can tell you this, I know nothing.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Jersey Mike's and a Firehouse Sub guy right about now.
Jersey Mike's, huh?
I'm really a sub guy from my buddy back in North Scottsdale. Rinaldi's is my go-to shop.
Rinaldi's, where's that at?
Rinaldi's in North Scottsdale would be on Frank Lloyd Wright and call it Scottsdale Road is one location. Another location at 19th Avenue and Deer Valley Road, right there by the airport.
Hey, that's close to the Casa.
Rinaldi's.
That's
Check
right.
it out.
I shall.
If you did try it, JP, you would probably go there a second time to take care of your family. I know you guys like excellent cold cuts, legitimate.
Sounds like Italian sub's got to be their specialty.
It's good stuff. All right, we're back to playing football. It's 7-0 here. It's Elliott to the 30, 25-20 with speed to the outside. He's going to be run out of bounds as he runs down the sideline, taking tacklers with him. He had Hunter Short draped all over his shoulder pads, and Deontay Elliott again just glides to that first down marker and just picks up extra yardage after that before he's finally ridden out of bounds by Hunter Shorts.
Well, oftentimes you forget about the balance and the coordination there for Deontay Elliott, able to keep himself upright as he takes the football down the sideline. You mentioned Hunter Shorts all over him that time, riding him down the sideline, but very strong lower body for Deontay Elliott and able to bring tacklers along with him whenever he needs to.
2 carries, 39 yards in this first quarter for Deontay Elliott with a 23-yard touchdown. Rivera lines up to the near side. High snap for Bourne. He wants to run it up the middle to the 10, the 5, breaks a tackle at the 5-yard line, still on his feet, and he gets stacked up right around the 3-yard line. So Hiram Bourne, with 4 rushing touchdowns last week, is going to continue to run the football. And James, when Hiram Bourne runs the football, he just provides one more major concern for the opposition. He's a weapon out there on the football field.
He is a weapon, and he's a load as well, Kevin. He about had another rushing touchdown right there. He lowered the boom on a guy there about the line of scrimmage and then took it for 4, maybe 5 more yards after that. So that guy is a powerful runner.
Pierre McNeil with 26 tackles coming in tonight's ball game with that stop there. Hiram Bourne is snap. He's going to scramble, go up the middle, make a move, still on his feet, and Hiram Bourne's going to be spun down around the 1-yard line. Ball came out late, but boy, that play in slow motion was a slow developing play, and Hiram Bourne broke at least 2 tackles before he finally was spun down right near the 1-yard line, and the ball came out late.
Yeah, Bourne trying to work his way to the outside that time, and credit to the Dobson Mustangs for continuing to run down the line of scrimmage and maintain that outside contain and keep Hiram Bourne from getting to the edge and getting into the end zone.
Shelton Coulter made a touchdown-saving tackle right there. Coulter does most of his dirty work playing fullback, but there's a lot of guys here for the Mustangs that will play two-way. So Rivera lines up to the far side. Georgie Ramirez has checked into this ball game looking for his first offensive touchdown. That's Georgie there, and he just walks into the end zone. George Ramirez, a 1-yard touchdown run, off tackle, and that was just, again, way too easy. A power run for Georgie Ramirez, and he is in the end zone for the first time this year on the offensive side. Of course, he has that pick six.
Very easy, and a nice job up front as well. The play side guard and tackle just blocked down right there, and George Ramirez takes it right in the end zone for 6.
So as Connor Gardner comes out, Max Bray is the holder. Jared Wilson is, or we'll say that one more time. Max Bray is your long snapper. Jared Wilson is the holder, and that was a great snap and an excellent hold. And then Connor Gardner drills the point after try right down Main Street. 6:15 to go, opening frame. Red Mountain 14-0, and JP told me his goal was to get the Canes before 10 o'clock tonight. So I don't know what he's implying by that, but I suggested Portillo's just before 10 as well. It's 14-0 here, and quite frankly,
all this food talk, you're making me hungry. But
I actually came in starving this afternoon for whatever reason. Did get a chance to have lunch today, but last year these two teams hooked up, and Red Mountain destroyed Dobson 60-0. That game was over there at their place, and of course Ramses Rivera had that 95-yard kickoff return in that ball game. It was a tremendous game. Ramirez scored in that ball game. We had a lot of fun with that. There was some jailbreak in the stands with the two ladies.
Yeah, that's right.
We're talking about those two ladies throwing fisticuffs. They're throwing hands, and all of a sudden Rivera decides to return one from 95 away. We pick it up at the 40-yard line. All right, here comes Connor Gardner, another booming kick, and that's exactly what we want to see out of Connor Gardner. Another touchback for Gardy.
That thing landed halfway into the end zone in the air, Kevin. What a kick.
That is exactly what we want to see out of Connor Gardner. No doubt about that. Gardner is third in punting in the 6A conference with an average just under 37. So it's 14-0. And one of my impact players of the game is Will Vanderlinden. Vanderlinden is going to get a lot of time tonight. Ethan Peterson's in that safety spot. You can see Major Kelly over there in the Will Backer spot, and then Parker McClure will get time at the Mike Backer spot again. And they run the football up the middle, and there's absolutely no room at all.
Noah Williams on the carry, brought down by number 88, Trey Smith.
Trey Smith was there, and Skylar Edmonds also jumping on the pile. No gain for Red Mountain. In that game a year ago against Dobson, Red Mountain only surrendered 74 yards passing in the entire contest, JP.
Lockdown defensive back play there last year in that game for Red Mountain.
Cole Shivers will defend the wide receiver, Jacob Estrella, to the near side. Gundersdorf a long count at the line of scrimmage. Here come Red Mountain. And the pass is a quick hitter to the wide receiver in the slot there, and he took quite the tumble. Ball was complete to Hunter Shorts, and he was wrapped up and thrown down immediately. It looked like Ethan Peterson was there for a solo tackle, unassisted for Ethan Peterson, who had 9 tackles last week in that Perry defeat.
Great job that time for Peterson, knifing through there and making the stop for Red Mountain.
Dobson, 214 pass yards, currently 30th in the 6A conference. They have 3 touchdowns. That's tied for 27. The rushing yards are 28th in the 6A conference with 238. They have just 5 touchdowns on the year in 3 games. And they are a long ways away here. Gundersdorf is going to keep the football. He's going to be wrapped up and thrown down by Trey Smith. And that time, Trey Smith got really physical at the end of that, and he finished that tackle, didn't he?
He did indeed. A nice job wrapping up there for Trey Smith. Gundersdorf tried to break out of that one, but Trey Smith finished the job, and a very nice penetration job that time for Trey Smith.
The other guy you're going to see get some significant time tonight is Vincent Glovna. Glovna comes in with a tackle. So here comes Jordan Legg, the true freshman. He'll be punting from about 2 yards inside his own end zone. Back deep is Jared Wilson. Also, George Ramirez stands at the 30-yard line. See if Red Mountain wants to put on some sort of a return. Leg nearly fumbled the snap. He finally sends one up into the air, and it'll be Jared Wilson back there. He's just going to let it take a Dobson roll, and it'll be touchdown by number 70, Tyler Morrill, one of the offensive linemen down there covering kicks. And that's what you got to do when you're the Dobson Mustangs. All hands on deck.
Everybody's got to pitch in and get the job done, and that's what they did that time. And for the first time tonight now, Red Mountain will start a drive in their own territory.
So this is a much longer field and a much bigger challenge for Tabor Lamar and Chris Andriatis here. And this one, they've got to go 55 yards to reach Paydard here with 3:53 to go in the opening stanza. Working left to right of the mound lines. It's Hiram Bourne at quarterback. Back to throw. Looks left. Now he wants to go right. Looking for Ramses Rivera. He's open, and the ball is overthrown. Just misfiring on that pass. The rocket had launched, and he was open, and Hiram just missed him.
Yeah, just a little bit too much air underneath that one. I thought Rocket was going to be able to maybe catch up to that one, but they're going to go to that one again here very soon. You can count on it.
Rivera being defended there by Avery Wilson. Wilson sport number 80. And one thing that just sticks out right away, it's very visible. There's not a lot of size on this Mustang football club. And I say that because I'm on the field in pregame with Ben Bray and Jake Griffin and Costin Cooley, and those guys are just monsters. There goes Elliott in motion. Empty set now for Bourne. Going back for Jared Wilson, and the pass is too high for Jay Willie. Hunter Short's right there to defend him, and Bourne's just a little bit too pumped up here right now. He's going to have to relax just a little bit and let this game come to him.
Yeah, he's going to have to settle down a little bit there. He can't throw into double coverage like that, even though Jay Willie's able to elevate and maybe make that catch more oftentimes than not. But too much traffic there that time. Hiram Bourne got to settle down a little bit, plant his feet. He's got a very clean pocket, plenty of time to throw the football. He just needs to relax and deliver it on time like he knows how to do.
Bourne was sacked just one time last week. Ty McElroy has checked in. He's flanked to the left of Hiram Bourne. There goes T-Mac in motion. Now he's in the slot. Bourne back to throw. They want to set up a screen to the middle of the field. It's Elliott to the 45, 50. Bounces outside, 45, and then he breaks a tackle to 40, makes a move, and then lowers his shoulder, and he's going to get extra yardage to the 37-yard line. Here comes a late penalty marker coming in, and right there you can see just a little bit of the advantage that Deontay Elliott has, the shake and bake and the glide, and then the power at the end to finish those runs.
Yeah, Hunter Short's great effort there for the Dobson Mustangs, trying to hang on for dear life there with Deontay Elliott. A little middle screen on that time. They let the nose tackle go. He had a free rush to the quarterback, and Hiram Bourne threw it right over his head to Deontay Elliott, let him make a couple moves in space, and a nice pickup there for Red Mountain.
So on the play, Bourne to Deontay Elliott for 15 yards, and they're going to march him back. The staff sporting their black shoes tonight with the gray pants and the white Adidas Red Mountain shirts, white hats this evening.
Good look.
The Dobson Mustangs band is here, and then about another 100 or so fans made the trip. Glorious night at kickoff. It was right near 100 degrees again as we are playing football now in September, but it is still a little bit too warm for my liking, JP.
I would wholeheartedly agree with you, my friend. Maybe 6 more weeks and we'll start to get a cool off.
So Elliott has checked in. He's to the right of Hiram Bourne. T-Mac to the left of Bourne. And again, another long delay here at the line of scrimmage as they wait to get the play and get the ball put in play as the umpire standing over the football right now. So there is some confusion perhaps on what down it is. I believe they should have a first down after the play was, the yardage was gained, and then they move it back with a 10-yard penalty. So the ball's on the 50-yard line. High snap for Bourne. And he still has the ball, gets a big block, turns the corner to the 50, and he slips inside the 47-yard line. That's where he goes down. Hunter Short's over there to make the play and cut the legs out from Hiram Bourne, but JP, some miscommunication there on the exchange between Hiram Bourne and perhaps Deontay Elliott there.
Yeah, it looks like a designed RPO to the far side, busted play. Had to come back to the near side, and a nice peel back block there on the back for Jacob Griffin, able to spring Hiram Bourne, and he ended up actually picking up 3 yards on the play.
One of my impact players of the game is checked into the slot position. That's 26, Josiah Avinawe. Trips to the near side. Bourne's going to step up screen to Elliott. Makes the catch, breaks the tackle to 45. Tries to slip out of another tackle, and there's Hunter Shorts again all over the play. So Hunter Shorts is like he's spying on Deontay Elliott. He was there to make the tackle, give him another unassisted tackle, but a penalty marker right there on the play, and perhaps this one's going against the Dobson Mustangs.
Yeah, I believe it could be a face mask or a blow to the head there.
One thing, if you're Dobson, the attrition factor is significant. You just don't have the body count like Perry did. And that's amazing when you think about what Preston Jones has built at Perry. Just the numbers, the body count that he has at all 3 levels. He's able to practice his offense with the offense, the D with the D, the special teams with the special teams. He can continue to throw more coaches at it, continue to do more work. He's got a lot of bodies, and when you have depth, you can do some things.
Well, there's a lot to be said for the numbers, and that's what a lot of smaller schools struggle with, is being able to give each other a good look on offense and defense. But at these bigger levels and the bigger schools like Red Mountain and Perry, they can do that with ease.
Bourne's going to run it up the middle, and he's going to take on a tackler at the 20-yard line. Is going to be another penalty marker comes in by the umpire. Looks like Hunter Shorts was there jawing a little bit on Hiram Bourne, and Hiram left his feet, kind of got picked up in the air a little bit, and then slammed down to the turf.
I thought Hiram was going to give us a little John Elway helicopter there for a minute.
He's got the right number, and that was the right trajectory on that play. So Bourne gets stopped inside the red zone. They'll mark the ball at the 19-yard line, and we await. Well, the flag is still on the ground from the referee. In fact, there are 2 penalty markers still on the ground here. Well, I think we can.
That's your classic taunting, Kevin.
I think we can honestly say that this crew here has yet to shake the cobwebs off here on this Friday night. They're a little bit lethargic as well. And Coach Tabor Lamar told me before the game, he said, I think we're going to start a little slow here in this one. And they haven't started slow on the scoreboard. But as far as the overall flow of this football game, JP, it's been a slow developing start.
Yeah, very choppy start thus far. Not a whole lot of rhythm here. We'll see what happens as we continue.
Trips to the near side for Hiram Bourne. Quick pass to Elliott to the 10. Looks for blockers the 5. And Elliott appears to have scored another touchdown. Deontay Elliott, his first receiving touchdown of the season for number 5. Give Hiram Bourne another touchdown pass for him. And it's now 20-9 with 2:19 to go in the first quarter. Extra point upcoming.
Nice job there on the outside that time. They just swing it out to Deontay Elliott in the flat. He's able to have a host of blockers in front of him, and he just rides that wave right into the end zone.
Hiram Bourne continues to play very well at the quarterback position. Good snap and a good hold, and Connor Gardner buries the point after try. It's 21-0. Deontay Elliott with a couple of touchdowns here in this ball game. 1 receiving, 1 rushing. Hiram Bourne has a touchdown. And for Bourne, he now has 7 touchdown passes on this young season. It's 21-0. And James, if you're Bill Godsill, what are you trying to imply to your kids, and what would you like to see happen here? Down 21 points here with 2:19 to go.
Well, you want the kids to continue to play hard. That's the thing. You don't want them to get mentally checked out of the football game. You want them to keep competing. You want to get you're going to get some of those younger kids on your team, which, you know, obviously we talked about their team being young overall, but they're still going to have some of those younger guys, maybe a lot of freshmen in tonight, get some reps, and it's a process, but Coach Gottsel will get it done. He had a tremendous success out at Coolidge, and he'll come into Dobson here and get the ship righted.
So Elliott, a 9-yard touchdown reception from Hiram Bourne, and it's 21-0. It's all Red Mountain here. Coach Mike Peterson won the East Valley Region Coach of the Year award back in 2017 in his first year. And on the far sideline with that strong return, that's Amani Anderson. And Anderson out across the 20, 25 to the 30, and he's finally knocked out of bounds there. That is Gannon Lyles over there on the special teams play.
Number 95, Gannon Lyles.
And Gannon, one of those guys that's getting extra work on special teams, and you might see him tonight playing that cat spot, getting after the quarterback. It's 21-0. It's all Red Mountain here, JP.
Well, this is a rare opportunity to be able to intentionally get kids in and let them play, not just, the last 35 seconds of the fourth quarter or the last minute and a half of the game, but when it's still really live bullet action, and get them some valuable reps.
Nas Bryant has checked in. You have 6-on-6 here. Bryant will check Jimenez here to the near side, one-on-one. They want to go to Jimenez. Instead, they dump it off out to the 35-yard line. Slipping a tackle is Hunter Shorts out to the 38-yard line, and he's decked right there by Skylar Edmonds. George Ramirez also over there making a nice play.
Georgie with the formed tackle. Excellent job there. Wow.
So that's a gain of 7 yards for Hunter Shorts, his second catch of the night. And for Michael Gundersdorf, he too trying to find a little bit of rhythm here with this offense. And checking to the near side is Amani Anderson. You'll see Aiden Graziano at times also. So 4 wide receivers for the Dobson Mustangs, and Michael Gundersdorf out of the pistol. High snap, it's Gundersdorf, he's going to run it, and he's going to be caught from behind. That's a TFL for a look like Skylar Edmonds. Check that. Cole Loria. I saw the 7 there. How about Cole Loria? 5'11", 175, making his 9th tackle, and that one's close to a TFL right there, JP. Nice hustle there, and a great angle on the attack.
Yeah, that was a great job there for Cole Loria, able to keep outside contain and get off that block right at the last second and secure the tackle on the edge for Red Mountain. An excellent job, and Cole Loria has been playing well all season so far for Red Mountain.
For Dobson up front, the center is Ray Cruz. The left tackle is Tyler Morrill. Tufi Lupe is the right tackle. Here's Gundersdorf on a scramble with a 40, and he lost the football. And Red Mountain looks to have come away with the football. Let's see.
It's close.
Shiver said Red Mountain's got it, and Ethan Peterson comes up and shows the rock. How about that? A fumble recovery for Red Mountain, and they get a much-needed takeaway.
Excellent job there. Gundersdorf trying to make a play there in the middle of the field. Tried to make one more effort, but coughed up the football, and Ethan Peterson pounced on it right away for the Mountain Lions, and first down at Red Mountain.
That's the 7th takeaway of the season for the Mountain Lions. They're up 21-0 with 32.3 ticks remaining. Jackson Beecher checks in on the far sideline. It's Jared Wilson in the slot, and Rivera lines up to the near side. You got a feeling that they're going to go this way again here to Rivera. Born out of a shotgun formation, takes the snap, gives the ball to T. McElroy, and Ty McElroy has about a 4-yard gain, and they're going to grab his ankles from behind, and he's just going to fall forward towards the 35-yard line. McNeil with the stop there as he grabbed on and to the ankles of Ty McElroy. So give T-Mac a 5-yard run right there, and it'll be 2nd and 5 when the second quarter begins. You're watching Red Mountain football on the Red Mountain Football Broadcast Network.
Pierre McNeil with that low center of gravity, 5'5", 190 pounds.
So Ty McElroy is going to take the football and go right up the middle again and cut across the field towards the near hash marks. And that will be the final play of this quarter. A 9-yard run there by Ty McElroy. Good to see T-Mac with 2 strong totes to end the quarter here. And we've played our first 12 minutes on Homecoming 2019. Our score, Red Mountain 21, Dobson 0. You're watching Red Mountain football on the Red Mountain Broadcast Network.
And Arizona Coyotes.
Parker and Sons.
A partner with your Arizona Diamondbacks and contributor to the D-Backs Give Back Foundation.
Parker and Sons.
A proud sponsor, donator, and volunteer for Arizona's Special Olympics.
Parker and Sons.
Parker is one of the most community-driven companies in Phoenix. A local family-operated company with award-winning installations and service for all your AC, plumbing, electrical, or water softener needs. Call 602-2REPAIR. That's 602-2-REPAIR for Parker and Sons.
Football fans, listen to the Lions Den podcast with head coach Mike Peterson each week with yours truly, Enjoyed conversation with Coach Peterson about tonight's game against the Mustangs from Dobson. Chalk Talk, the Parker & Sons Lions Den Varsity Player of the Week, and a preview of next week's opponent, the Westview Knights. The Lions Den podcast, each and every week with Coach Pete. Mountain Lion fans, download the YouTube app now and climb into the Parker & Sons press box with yours truly, the voice of Red Mountain football, and color analyst James Poovey. Hear your Red Mountain Lion broadcast team in the stadium tonight on YouTube on Red Mountain TV. We welcome you back to Red Mountain High School from the Parker & Sons press box. Kevin Derryberry alongside James Poovey. It's 21-0. Red Mountain with the lead, and they're on the hunt again. Bourne on a scramble outside. He drops off a pass to Ty McElroy. Ty McElroy tries to slip out of a tackle at the 20-yard line. He can't go anywhere. Nice job there by McNeil. Another tackle for him, and also Damian Duarte was right there, number 11. He's one of their better players. He's coming off of an injury, so he hasn't really found his way just yet, but he's starting to play into football shape as Damian Duarte, number 11.
Yeah, excellent possession or job there for Duarte, and also a great job there as well by number 38. McNeil, he runs really well side to side.
Bourne to Villanueva. Villanueva makes the first man miss, darts right up the middle towards the numbers, and he's going to be dropped around the 16-yard line. Nice little run there by Josiah Villanueva, showing you his speed and elusivity. That'll be a 5-yard run for Villanueva, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line for the Mountain Lions. As Jackson Beecher lines up to the far side. In the slot is Jay Willie, and there's Rivera to the near side, and a two-back set for Hiram Bourne. Dobson showing blitz. It's Bourne on an RPO. He breaks the tackle 20, 15, 10, 5, out of bounds. As Bourne takes a hard tumble on the outside of the end zone, and the defender for Dobson, that's Hunter Shorts, and he's been playing with a lot of emotion out there on the football field. And that time he was there to just check on Hiram and make sure he's okay, as Bourne might be shaken up just a little bit here. And now he's getting a play call in from Tabor Lamar, and Bourne will slowly retreat back to the huddle here. He took a shot there, and a nice tumble there for Hiram Bourne.
Yeah, he did down near the end zone, and a game-respecting gain there. Good to see Hunter Shorts, the senior, who plays a lot bigger than 160 pounds, checking on Hiram Bourne there. They both respect each other's game.
High snap. They go to Ty McElroy. Ty McElroy hits a hole. Second effort. He's got himself a touchdown. Ty McElroy, touchdown number 3 on the season. Tater Pops, touchdown Mountain Lions, and that's a power run for Ty McElroy.
T-Mac right there at the line of scrimmage, doing a great job breaking the tackle, and as he got to the end zone, little spin move, up and under there, little layup, if you will, and into the end zone for 6. Nice job there, T-Mac.
That's a heck of a run there. Nice job on that left side, too. Ben Bray, an Arizona State University commit, and Isaiah Artis. You talk about doing a little road grade, and they did it right there in the second effort by T-Mac, and with the punch on the delivery of the mail in the end zone. That was awesome. A low snap by Bray, a great recovery, and an excellent hold by Jay Willie, and Connor Gardner buries the point after try. With 10:27 to go to the break, it's 28-0 Mountain Lions, and Red Mountain is on cruise control here early.
They are. It's all Red Mountain here right now, and if you're Dobson, you just want to try to keep competing, as I mentioned earlier, and try to stay injury-free. Don't take any chances, and limit the amount of frustration penalties. That's going to be important as the game goes on here as well.
If you could, just mention my impact players of the game.
We got Ty McElroy, Will Vanderlinden, and Mr. Jackson Beecher.
No.
Oh, excuse me, Josiah Villanueva. A last-minute audible there for KDB.
Jackson's not going to play much in the second half, and he's played most of this first quarter. But Ty McElroy, it's good to see him back in the end zone. That's where that young man belongs. Pay dirt for T-Mac.
Yeah, great to see him getting a carry and effective carries as well for this Red Mountain. You know, they got 3 real good backs with Ty McElroy, Deontay Elliott, and then Josiah Villanueva. A lot of depth at that running back position for Red Mountain.
They do. They're just trying to develop and build depth on the defensive side of the ball. 28-0. It's all Mountain Lions. Stay with us at halftime for our homecoming festivities, and we'll take it to the Players Lounge, a conversation with quarterback Hiram Bourne.
Players Lounge.
How about Connor Gardner? Another touchback for Gardy. Week number 1 of the National Football League in the books. In season number 100, your thoughts on Cortland Sutton, wide receiver for the Denver Broncos. 120 yards in his debut.
Great game for Cortland Sutton. Horrible game for the Denver Broncos. Those are my thoughts. And subsequently, a horrible game for me.
And what is Emmanuel Sanders vulturing touchdowns late for? We got to put an end to that. Throw the ball to 14, would you?
Stop the bitterness for the ex-Steeler.
Gundersdorf to the near side. He overshot everybody. That time he was looking for Xavier Jimenez. Jimenez was very, very dangerous and ever so instrumental last week in the punt return game. He had a 76-yard punt return for a touchdown against Maryville. That was in the big win over the Panthers, 47-14. In fact, Dobson led 34-0 at the break, kind of like this game is here.
Dobson all over Maryville last week, huh? Outstanding job by the Mustangs.
So more delays with the clock here.
Homecoming 2019.
The 2nd and 10 play. Here comes a blitz. Parker McClure is there to blow up the play. Dobson and their inability to get any timing off the snap. Skylar Edmonds also there in the backfield. But Parker McClure there to do destroy and wreak havoc, number 30.
Parker McClure wreaking havoc there for the Red Mountain Lions, doing a great job this season. It's nice to see him back in the fold here for the Mountain Lions. And he's paying dividends for defensive coordinator Kyle Enders.
This is a possession play. 3rd and 12 now for Michael Gundersdorf. He's got Jimenez to the near side and Shorts in the slot. 4 wide receiver package. Here comes the blitz. Pressure coming. Gundersdorf is going to roll to the right side. He throws as he's hit, and the ball's incomplete. On the edge, that was Cole Loria. He was there, and also looked like Skylar Edmonds. He too in the area, and then also making a contribution on that pass rush was Josh Campos. So you had 3 Mountain Lions there in pursuit of Michael Gundersdorf.
Just no chance for Gundersdorf. He had to run for his life on that one. Pressure coming off the edge immediately for Red Mountain. Those big guys up front on the defensive line for the Mountain Lions are able to swim those offensive linemen and really get in that backfield in a hurry.
28-0, 9:35 to go till halftime. George Ramirez already has 1 block punt. Mountain Lions showing block again. Here they come, and this one's blocked. Ball's loose, and the ball's going to be recovered, and scoring a touchdown for the Mountain Lions is Georgie Ramirez. Who else would it be? Georgie's 2nd touchdown of this ball game, and that's his 2nd defensive touchdown in the 2019 football season. A little scoop and score for Georgie from the 1-yard line. How about it? Pater Pops touchdown Mountain Lions.
Georgie Ramirez said, hey, if you guys are going to play gaga ball with it right there, I'm going to grab it and take it in the end zone. That's exactly what he did that time. Heads up play there for number 9. And what can this guy not do? Honestly, he drives the bus too, doesn't he?
There's been some times where he has. I've seen him change a tire on the 202. George Ramirez, wow. What an athlete. So here comes Gardy, trying to go a perfect 5 for 5. Good snap and a great hold, and the 1 point after try is good. Connor Gardner is a perfect 5 for 5 here this evening with 9:35 to go. It's 35-0. And you look at the scoring, Elliott a 23-yard touchdown run. Hiram Bourne a touchdown run. Deontay Elliott a 9-yard touchdown reception. Ty McElroy with a touchdown run, and there another defensive touchdown. The 2nd defensive touchdown of the season for Red Mountain. Both of them scored by George Ramirez.
Well, not only is the offense padding the stats with the huge numbers that they're already putting up here on the scoreboard, but the defense getting into the scoring action as well tonight. You mentioned George Ramirez with 2 defensive touchdowns by himself. Wow.
Just to stand correction, George Ramirez scored the 2nd touchdown of the night. It was a 1-yard run off that off tackle. Great play for him. He went in untouched, if you recall. Hopefully you're enjoying tonight's ball game. Last night we were told, or last week we were told, that over 1,800 viewers watched our broadcast, so we thank each and every one of you. In fact, I think we reached 12 different states, if you can believe that. So awesome. The Red Mountain football contingent, the nation, Red Mountain football nation is growing right before our very eyes, just like this football team. It's 35-0, and here comes Gardy looking for yet another touchback here tonight.
We appreciate everybody out there tuning in. Stay tuned all season long because it's going to be an exciting one this year.
On the return, that time for Dobson was 16. That is Amani Anderson. And I think he ran into Jared Butler on special teams. Also with Cody McLaughlin was down there. And that's one thing you like to see is about 6 or 7 black shirts swarming to the football on special teams, and that's what you saw right there.
Well, you saw the white and blue jersey go in there, and then it just got swallowed up by the all-black uniforms of the Red Mountain Mountain Lions tonight, and swarming to the football. That's exactly what they're doing.
Noah Williams has checked in at tailback for the Dobson Mustangs. Williams, 3 carries, 41 yards and a touchdown last week. He has 55 yards on 5 totes to begin the season. So late player coming on for the Dobson Mustangs, and that's 70. That's Tyler Morrill, their left tackle. So he's in place, 1st and 10 from the 20. 80 yards to go for Dobson. Gundersdorf to the air. Pass off the hands of his intended target, his wide receiver. That's Xavier Jimenez. And Daniel Butler was over there in the coverage. The Beast, Daniel the Beast Butler, in coverage for Red Mountain.
And you mentioned number 70, Tyler Morrill, coming in for Dobson. Guess who he gets to go up and block right away, Kev? Number 88.
The truth.
Ray Smith. Welcome to the game, young man.
How about
Let's have some fun.
So Gundersdorf, a long count as his lineman gets set. Clock stopped at 9:24. Red Mountain showing blitz. Here they come again. Gundersdorf finally gets rid of it. Oh, the ball was nearly picked off. You had a pick 6 right into the welcome arms of Cole Shivers had he held out of that one. In fact, I even talked to Cole Shivers, and I joked with him as I slapped him on the shoulder pads tonight. And I said, how about a pick 6 tonight? Well, he had one right there, and that's when he realized. He said, oh, you're the announcer, right?
That's right. Oh, I recognize your voice.
So Cole Shivers right there.
Oh, man, that was right in his breadbasket, too.
A classic case of jumping the route on Gundersdorf, and you won't see Cole Shivers do that again tonight. Next one he's going to take to the house. So first, make it 3rd and 10 from the 20-yard line. They go to the ground game, and this is number 9. Shelton Coulter, their fullback, and Shelton has no running lanes at all because Trey Smith just plugs up that gap. And talk about just shedding the offensive lineman, shedding blockers. He just took care of business right there and got himself a nice play.
An excellent job that time for Trey Smith. That ball was headed 2 gaps down from where he was lined up. He was able to shed his blocker and get down the line of scrimmage in a hurry and make the stop for Red Mountain. Outstanding job.
The center, Ray Cruz, is shaken up as the attention is now being given to the left leg of Ray Cruz. And with that, we'll step aside. You're watching Red Mountain Football on the Red Mountain Football Broadcast Network.
Stay tuned for that Players Lounge coming up at halftime.
Football fans, download the app now and listen to the game tonight. Bring your headphones to the game and tune in to Red Mountain Football on YouTube. You are watching Mountain Lion Football on the Red Mountain Football Broadcast Network. Football fans, Dry Force Restoration Specialists are the top-rated restoration team of the Valley. Whether it be fire damage, water damage, or mold, our dedicated team of trained, detailed professionals are committed to help you restore the roar. Locally owned and operated for 17 years, Dry Force Restoration. Call 480-813-0000 or go to dryforce.net. We'd like to thank Mesa Youth Football, the Force Academy, and head coach Leo Aviles. Thank you for your contributions to Red Mountain Football. We'd also like to thank Okoye Senior Living, One Stop Nutrition on Power and McDowell Road, Los Sendas Pavilions, Butler Amusement, and Chuck's Fine Meats, and another proud sponsor of Red Mountain Football, Brenner Construction. Thank you to all Red Mountain Football sponsors. We would like to thank all of our Red Mountain sponsors and supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for your contributions to Red Mountain Athletics.
A proud sponsor of your Phoenix Suns and Arizona Coyotes.
Parker & Sons.
A partner with your Arizona Diamondbacks and contributor to the D-Backs Give Back Foundation.
Parker & Sons.
A proud sponsor, donator, and volunteer for Arizona's Special Olympics.
Parker & Sons.
Parker is one of the most community-driven companies in Phoenix. A local family-operated company with award-winning installations and service for all your AC, plumbing, electrical, or water softener needs. Call 602-2-REPAIR. That's 602, the number 2, REPAIR for Parker & Sons.
So here comes Jordan Legg in punt formation. How about that? What a heck of a name. I'm big on names. And Jordan Legg, freshman. So here we go. So Legg sends one up into the Mesa Knight, and Wilson makes the return at the 40 inside of the 35-yard line. That was like a happy birthday. All of a sudden, the ball bounced, and it bounced right into the welcome arms of Jared Wilson. That's new.
Nice graphics there. Shout out to the Red Mountain TV production team.
You shall ask, and sometimes you shall receive.
Hey.
35-0. Red Mountain gets the football right back here.
Impressive.
Been a big night here for the offense and the defense pitching a shutout. In the last 6 quarters, Red Mountain has outscored Dobson 95-0. So the Mountain Lions, very impressive here as Hiram Bourne will have some new receivers to work with here. Beecher's one of them. Beecher was open. Bourne's got a lot of time. Bourne's going to scramble, go back, and he throws to the other side of the field, and the ball's going to be incomplete. Looking for Skidmore, and that play just took way too much time to develop, and you have to credit the offensive line. In fact, there are no penalty markers on the field that I can see here, James. That's good work by everybody. They just couldn't make a play.
Well, usually when a play's extended out like that and the quarterback's scrambling around, there's usually going to be a holding flag coming very soon.
Exactly.
But surprised there wasn't one there, and they got to be careful. They can't allow Hiram Bourne to get out there and get hurt either on a play like that. So
sometimes it's about dictating the pace, and I do think that Red Mountain has to continue to pour on the activity here, pour on their effort.
Yes, indeed. You cannot let up.
Beecher to the near side. Bourne with time for the pocket, going for the end zone, and the ball is caught for a touchdown. Ramses Rivera from 34 yards out on a picture-perfect pass. Hiram Bourne dropping in yet another dime, and Ramses Rivera, great hands, and the catch and the touchdown. His 4th of the season for Ramses Rivera.
Can that kid make the pigskin spiral through the night sky, Kevin? What a pass. Beautiful pass there for Hiram Bourne, and right in there for Ramses Rivera, right in stride. Easy 6 for Red Mountain.
Beautiful pass, right on the numbers. And those sweet wheels that Ramses Rivera has on the night on display in the end zone. It's 42-0 as Connor Gardner drills yet another point after try. 8:20 to go. The running clock begins, I believe, at 49 in the second half. So it's 42-0. We'll take a break. It's all Mountain Lions here. You're watching Red Mountain Football on the Mountain Lion Broadcast Network.
A shout out to Red Mountain football fans. This is head coach Mike Peterson. From me to you, I invite you to listen to the Lions Den podcast each week, hosted by Red Mountain football play-by-play voice Kevin Derryberry, the K-Man. We will talk Mountain Lion football in depth after each game. Highlights, player interviews, chalk talk, and the Parker & Sons Varsity Player of the Week. Listen to the Lions Den, and hey, don't be that guy.
Let's go. 8:20 to go till halftime. Connor Gardner will set the ball up on the 40-yard line. Hunter Shorts make it. Xavier Jimenez is the lone back. He's the lone return man standing at the 5-yard line. It's all Mountain Lions here, JP.
Now, did you get Coach Pete into the studio for that little segment there?
We did that one on the telly.
All right.
Jimenez from about 5 yards deep. There's another touchback for Connor Gardner. I think that's his 6th touchback. No, I stand corrected. Got a little excited for Gardy. That's his 5th touchback tonight.
Outstanding job. No possibility of any return.
No return.
And how many times did he do that to Perry last week as well?
Several, but not enough. We saw Jordan Young returning too many balls, and he had to have it kick over there, and we can tell you right now that's a mistake. Gardy was not supposed to be kicking the ball with Jordan Young. It happened, and he was able to get in there and make a touchdown-saving tackle. So here comes Michael Gundersdorf. It's 42-0, Red Mountain, as they wind the clock here. They put it in the hands of Damian Duarte. They stretch him out to the far sideline. He turns the corner at the 25 to the 30-yard line, and Red Mountain finally had to pick up their speed defensively there and get out to the edge and make a play. And Josh Campos right there in on that play.
Yeah, great job there for Campos and Will Vanderlinden, as you mentioned earlier in the broadcast. He was in on that one as well there for Red Mountain, but a nice job getting to the edge that time for Dobson and be able to turn the corner on that one.
Vanderlinden with his 9th tackle. That's the best offensive play of the night for Damian Duarte and this Dobson Mustang offense. That's a fumble snap, and here comes the pressure, and Red Mountain all over it as they swarm the football again. Gage Skidmore was down there, and also making a play was number 2. Andrew Bonham was down there at the bottom of that pile there. Some newcomers in this game getting in and getting some licks in.
Mr. Bonham, nice job there. I saw his dad on the sideline before the game. He was very excited to see this one tonight.
So it'll be a 3-yard loss of the play. 3rd and 4 from the 27-yard line. High snap for Gundersdorf. From the pocket, delivers a strike to Duarte. Makes the move, bounce to the outside 40, 45, 50, and he's going to be brought down there again. On that play was Andrew Bonham. He was one of the defenders there, and also there for the Red Mountain Mountain Lions was 44, Will Vanderlinden. So back-to-back plays. Vanderlinden is hustling down the field, making some tackles.
Yeah, nice stop there for Vanderlinden for the Red Mountain Mountain Lions, but how about the Dobson Mustangs that time? Gundersdorf, a high snap to start the play, able to keep his composure, set his feet, and deliver a strike to Damian Duarte in the middle of the football field. That was a nice play.
That was a nice play, and it was a great move after the catch by Duarte. That went for 25 yards, the best offensive play of the night for the Dobson Mustangs. They're now in Red Mountain territory for the first time this evening. 1st and 10 for the Mountain Line, 48-yard line. That's Duarte in motion. Gundersdorf gets the snap. They go right up the middle, and they go to the running back. That time it's the fullback, Shelton Coulter. So Coulter will pick up about 3 yards there, and he'll fall for the 4th yard. Ball spotted at the 45-yard line.
Number 32, Jared Butler on the stop that time for the Red Mountain Mountain Lions.
JB playing with that bad wheel, that tender hamstring, played through it last week, and he's got himself a tackle here tonight. 2nd and 7 for the Mountain Line, 45-yard line. They show blitz. Here they come, and they just go right up the middle again to the running back Coulter. And Coulter was going to pick up a yard or 2. Not a lot there. For Coulter, he had 27 yards last week on 5 carries. And on the season for that fullback, 29 carries, 78 yards is all for the fullback. But what they do, when you see a guy getting numbers like that with not a lot of success, they just stay committed to the run, and you have to credit Bill Gotzel. At least try that. You have to attempt to run the football.
You got to be able to run the football no matter what the situation is.
Gundersdorf looking for Duarte. He's by himself, and the ball's incomplete. He got free in the secondary, and there was nobody close to him. The nearest defender was Andrew Bonham, and Coach Enders and Coach Barge would be none too pleased about the breakdown of the secondary on that particular pass play. But Red Mountain dodged the bullet there.
They did indeed. You can see Coach Enders on the sideline right now coaching up those guys and getting that technique shored up. He'll get that stuff fixed up there really quickly, and it's a nice opportunity for him to be able to do a little bit more coaching here tonight.
So that'll bring up a 4th down. It'll be 4th and 5 for the Mountain Line 43-yard line. Have to appreciate the fan base here this evening. So back
Great
deep.
crowd on hand here tonight for homecoming.
Back deep is Jared Wilson with his black gloves. How about Jared Wilson returning one here? This is Jordan Legg. Takes a bad snap, and it's put up in the air, and it takes a roll inside the 20, and it'll be finally touched down there by Hunter Shorts. How about Hunter Shorts tonight? He has been all over the field for Dobson, and he's making plays every which way. Number 2.
What a player for the Dobson Mustangs. Hunter Shorts, we mentioned him a little bit earlier, 5'9", 160, the senior, but he plays a lot bigger than that, and he's flying all over the place on defense and doing it on special teams as well.
You talk about checking a box or two. Red Mountain's defense wants to stuff the run, and so far so good. And they're looking to get some takeaways, create some turnovers, and they've done that here tonight too. So, and then the special teams. George Ramirez, 2 block punts here, at least one for sure. sure, and we'll take a look at the film for the second one, but George Ramirez, a block punt return for a touchdown tonight. Horam back to throw, rolls to the near side, had Rivera for a second. Now he throws towards Ramses, and the ball is incomplete. If that play doesn't show you a little bit, he was going for Beecher, and Beecher once again makes a great catch. Unfortunately for JB, the ball is out of bounds, but on that play, a little snapshot of what Hiram Bourne can do throwing on the run, and he showed you his arm strength there. That was about a 35-yard pass on a line to the edge where only Beecher could have made a play on that. That was a remarkable play, even though it didn't go for production.
Yeah, there's very few high school quarterbacks that you'll see that can flip those hips around like Hiram Bourne and get that football down the field, throwing across his body like that, and they'll hook up here very soon. Ty
McElroy has checked in. He gets the tote here, and he's going to be grabbed from behind. No, he breaks a tackle, and, oh, you know what? That's exactly what happened. The umpire got decked in the middle of that pile. Ball went on the carpet. Ty McElroy fumbled the football. And I think the player that made the play came from the outside. That was Shelton Coulter. And Coulter jarred that football loose. So that's a turnover for the Mountain Lions. And with the lead at 42-0, this guy right there.
Who's checking that Raising Cane's replay up here in the booth?
Who was that?
I could not see, Kev.
I think it was 9.
I think you're right.
Hustling onto the field for the Mountain Lions. Number 75, Tyler Brown, playing a little defense here. So Gundersdorf gets the football from the 27-yard line. Back to throw, rolls to the near side. Now he wants to tuck it and run it to the 25, 20, outside 15, and he's going to be run out of bounds and ridden out of bounds by Red Mountain's Cade McLaughlin. McLaughlin there to make the play. Cody McLaughlin, I beg your pardon. Cody right there was there, and that was a physical play to ride him out of bounds.
It was physical, and a little bit of a chip on the shoulder there for Michael Gundersdorf. He was running hard on that play there.
How many yards? That was 16.
Gain of 16, so Dobson finding some offensive rhythm here in this second quarter. It's 42-0, final minute of the half. Gundersdorf rolls to the near side, under pressure, and he's just going to be dropped and sacked. It looked like Trey Smith was there, and they're going to say now it's an incomplete pass. So credit Trey Smith with another hurry. And you talk about the big fellow getting in there wreaking some havoc. That size on Gundersdorf, that is advantage Red Mountain all night long.
Yeah, Trey Smith just too much for that offensive line of Dobson to handle. They've tried to double team him. He splits it. He gets skinny, goes right through the middle. And if they try to single block him, it's just not happening.
Stay with us at halftime for conversation with offensive coordinator Chris Andriatis, and we will also unveil the first ever edition of the Players Lounge as Hiram Bourne entered the lounge this week. So we'll talk about that. And, of course, James and I will button up the second half as Coach Andriatis has joined us early here for his segment. There's still 35.6 ticks on the clock, and Coach Andriatis already ready to go down there.
Can I get in for one, Coach?
Chris.
What's that? Trying to beat the rush, get to the locker room before the crowd moves out.
The clean cut. Chris Andriatis joins us here, Coach. 42 points at the break here. You've got to be pleased with the offense thus far.
We are. We're moving the ball pretty well. We got some real favorable spots. The defense is doing a great job, and yeah, you know, we're doing all right.
What would you like to see different?
I'd like to see our quarterback be more decisive and throw the ball through his read progression. He started winging it a little bit there.
Okay.
All those plays, but other than that, we're doing a pretty good job. Obviously, I don't want to fumble the ball.
Right. Always got to protect the rock.
Yep.
I thought that Hiram did a nice job. He showed you the versatility that he has. Obviously, he can get out of the pocket and make some plays and make some throws, but it did seem like he was he misfired a couple times, and I think he was just maybe he showed nerves tonight. I don't know if that's possible. He just seemed like he was a little bit. He just needed to slow down and take a deep breath and just kind of catch himself a little bit.
I think it might be a case he's just trying to, last week he took us all on his shoulders, and I think he's trying to do a little bit of that, and I don't think he needs to. Just he goes through his stuff and just, like you said, relax and play the game.
When you get the ball to Deontay Elliott, he can make a coach look good. He can make an offensive lineman look good. He can make a quarterback look good. He can make himself look good, and he did it again tonight. 23-yard touchdown run to open the scoring. That's a dazzling run.
He's electric when he touches the ball. So Yeah, as much as we can give him, he's gonna try to put it in. He runs hard too.
Coach, what can we look for in this type of game in the second half? The game appears to be in hand. You're going to win this football game.
Yeah.
Dobson moved the ball a little bit here late in this quarter here. In fact, we got 25 seconds to go. Guntersdorf still there's Red Mountain showing blitz. Guntersdorf wants to get rid of it. He does, and the ball is in and out of the hands of Xavier Jimenez. George Ramirez all over that. If you would, Chris, comment on George Ramirez play in the special teams category. I think he's got a hand on, if not one, but 2 blocks tonight, and then he returned one for a touchdown. 9 just makes plays.
He is always around the ball and making plays, and he's good for one a game at least. He's special. He's really special.
He is special. All right, we interrupted you. What can we look for in the second half?
I think we're going to still work on normal stuff. We're not going to get into a rugby scrum. We'll get some of our younger guys in there, play some seniors. I don't think we'll make a wholesale change right off the bat. We'll try to keep some varsity guys in and then work some of the younger kids in as we go. Just try to get better and work on things we need to work on for the future weeks.
Very good. Since we have this extra time with you, Chris, describe the dynamic that you have working with Tabor Lamar. It's a co-offensive coordinator type situation. It's different, but you guys seem to make it work. And I talked about the kind of the chemistry that you and Tabor have as far as being cooks, and the ingredients that you have and what you guys are cooking is something special right now with this offense.
It's looking really good so far. We're lucky to have a lot of really talented kids, and that makes us look good. Like you said, giving the ball to Elliott and those guys, we look like geniuses. No, we complement each other well. He's the big idea guy, and I'm kind of the more pragmatic guy. And we always come to a point where we agree on things. And so far, it's working pretty well. So we're going to keep rolling.
Well, you're the bigger dude overall. So I mean,
I win all the
arguments. You just step in there, a little chest bump, and that thing's over. All right, Coach. Hey, thanks so much for your time. Good luck in the second half as Dobson's going to try to get on the scoreboard here. You have outscored Dobson in the last 6 quarters, 102 to 0.
Oh, they made it.
Just for those of you in higher math. 25-yard field goal attempt is no good.
All right.
So that's it. It's halftime here. Chris, thanks for your time. We look forward to talking with you in the second half.
All right.
You bet. Chris Andrellis, our guest here at the break. And with that being said, it is homecoming 2019. It's 42 to 0 Red Mountain, and they have been able to do anything and everything that they've wanted to here tonight, James.
Yeah, to say that Red Mountain has imposed their will here would be the understatement, Kevin. As Coach Andriotis mentioned, they're going to try to still work on some things that they need to work on and take advantage of the opportunity to be able to do so during the second half, get some of those younger guys in there and put them in different situations that they might not otherwise see in other games, especially during the waning moments of a game, and see how they respond.
Absolutely. James, we will take a quick break here, and then when we come back, we will unveil the first ever edition of the Players Lounge with quarterback Hiram Bourne. We'll talk a little bit about the Perry game. We'll talk about Hiram Bourne and just the leader of this football team and what Hiram Bourne is all about here at Red Mountain Football. We'll take a break and we'll come back more at halftime.
The Parker & Sons Red Mountain Varsity Player of the
R-M-T-V-Y-E. Never seen so much grace from a queen. Grace from a queen. Queen so strong, but she was a machine. Girl of your dreams, Sinclair regime. Come to the max, can't forget that fool.
Let's hear it for the Red Mountain Spirit Line. Ladies and gentlemen, next up, please welcome to the field the Red Mountain Marching Pride. This year's show is entitled Balance and features original music by Alex Yoder under the direction of drum majors Carolina Mesa and Lydia Porter. cheer for the Red Mountain Marching Pride under the direction of Jennifer Hamilton. Percussion instructors Trevor Gipper, Bree Bradford, and Matthew Esquito. Visual instructors J.M. Jimenez, Raina Richardson, and Zach Lithgow. The guard instructors Aubrey Oliver.
Hello everybody, I am Colin Stedman, your senior class senator, and I would like to welcome you to the 31st year of Red Mountain High School. On behalf of Mr. Eagleberger, our principal, our faculty, staff, and the student body, we hope you're enjoying the homecoming football game. Let's give a big round of applause for our Red Mountain Spirit Line and our Red Mountain trainers down on the track. Also, please recognize our amazing Red Mountain High School Marching Pride. Give it up for band. Tonight's halftime performance is brought to you by Current and Alumni Student Council. And before we begin with the senior nominees, we would like to congratulate our underclassmen royalty. We have our junior prince and princess, Joey Hamilton and Mercedes Ortiz. Our sophomore knight and maiden, Braden Grantham and Jessica Smith. And last but not least, our freshmen Lord and Lady, Elijah Albee and Willow Jocelyn. Let's give one more big round of applause to our underclass winners. And now for our senior king and queen nominees. Our first king candidate is Deontay Elliott. Deontay plays on the varsity football team, and his favorite thing about Red Mountain is the Red Sea movement. Escorting Deontay tonight is Mrs. Starks because she is his bro. Our next candidate is Camden Hall. Camden plays basketball and sings in choir. Miss Lagman will be escorting Camden tonight because she is always there for him and is like a second mom. Rex Oakland is our next king candidate. Rex is involved in the Red Sea, NHS, and he plays varsity volleyball. Rex is being escorted by Coach Brandau because he always has Rex's best interests in mind and pushes him to better himself. Our next king candidate is Cody Wu. Cody plays basketball and is the vice president of the Red Sea. He is being escorted by Coach Lemon because he helped Cody become the best person he could be on and off the court. Alex is yours. Rounding out our king candidates is Alex Pruffman. Alex is your student body president at Red Mountain, and he will be escorted by Miss Pomonis because she is his advisor, but she is also his best friend and mentor. Let's give a big round of applause for all of our king candidates, Deontay, Camden, Rex, Cody, and Alex. Now let's turn our attention to our senior queen candidates. Our first queen candidate is Alexis Benson. Alexis is on dance force and a member of National Honor Society. Her escort is Miss Brierton because she inspires Alexis to be a good classmate and person and to work hard. Our next queen candidate is Ashlyn Howie. Ashlyn loves Red Mountain because of compassionate teachers and school spirit. She will be escorted by Miss Burns because she gets involved with her students and is kind and understanding. Our next queen candidate is Samantha Romero. Samantha is on prom, dance force, and is involved with Red Sea. She is being escorted by Mr. Jones because he is a genuine person that wants the best for everyone around him. Mallory Reese is our next queen candidate. Mallory is on varsity prom, dance force, and is involved with the Red Sea. Her escort tonight is Mr. Munoz because he was there for her in a hard time. He would always make her feel so welcome. Our last queen candidate is Haley Johnson. Haley is involved with student council and loves the spirit at Red Mountain. She is being escorted by Mrs. Romero because she is the kindest person Haley knows. Let's give a big round of applause for all our Queen candidates, Alexis, Ashlyn, Samantha, Mallory, and Haley. Tonight's winners are being crowned by the 2018 Homecoming Queen, Miss Cecilia Reitzman. Cecilia is currently pursuing a degree in occupational therapy and attending Mesa Community College. Thanks for coming tonight, Cece. And now, your 2019 Homecoming King is Cody Wu. And your 2019 Homecoming Queen is Mallory Reese. We want to offer a special congratulations to our 2019 Homecoming King and Queen, Cody and Mallory. That's our show. Special thanks to our crew for helping with our royalty ceremony, and thank you for 30 years of Red Mountain High School.
The Red Mountain Marching Pride would like to acknowledge its sponsors. Technical Systems provides comprehensive solutions in intrusion detection, access control, video surveillance, school crisis systems, monitoring, and network systems. Need to store your holiday decorations, your entire house, or your Class A RV? At Red Mountain Self-Storage and RV, we can meet all your storage needs. Velocity Mechanical is your local family-owned and operated air conditioning contractor that believes your family's comfort is priority. Superstition Sunrise Luxury RV Resort, making your stay a fun and memorable experience. Athletical Physical Therapy, better for everybody. For all your security and AV needs, call B&M Communications, because you need to trust your security company. And finally, Tempe Marketplace is an interactive shopping, dining, and entertainment experience with over 100 shops and restaurants and more than 300 events a year. Thanks to our Red Mountain Marching Pride sponsors. Back on the field for the second half, your Red Mountain Lions. Will receive the second half kickoff in the third quarter. Dobson will be defending the soft goal. Kicking off for the Mustangs, number 31, Jordan Logue.
We welcome you back to Red Mountain High School as we are atop the Parker & Sons press box. Kevin Derryberry alongside James Pooey. It's 42-0, and in the last 6 quarters of football play between Dobson and Red Mountain, the Mountain Lions have outscored Dobson 102-0, dating back to last year. They pooch it, and there to catch the opening kickoff for the second half was Ethan Morris. Morris, a junior, 5'11", 160. It's the first time he's touched the football this season. In fact, James, we're going to see a whole plethora of new players here in this second half. In fact, I would be surprised if Hiram Bourne takes the snaps here to begin this first series. In fact, it'll be Mr. Svoboda to begin this second half. There it is, Evan Svoboda to begin the second half. Svoboda, 6'4", 185. He's a junior, has a touchdown pass to Jack Jackson Beecher fumbles the snap, and he'll dive on the football. And that's not how you want to start the second half with a botched snap, but we've seen that a couple times this year. Josiah Villanueva gets the start also in the second half. And you can see that Drake Bourne, Hiram's little brother, also out there. So Bourne looking for his first reception as a varsity player. 5'11", 175, a junior, is out there running some pass routes.
Yeah, these probably most of these are two players, so they'll get the jitters out here momentarily and get in some quality reps.
This is Villanueva. Villanueva with some speed. Villanueva to the 45, out to the 50-yard line. Ball comes out late, and Dobson jumped up on the football. So that's the second time tonight at the Mountain Lions have put the ball on the carpet. And let's see if they let this fumble stand, and they do. And Villanueva coughs up the football on his best run as a member of the Mountain Lions, went off tackle and picked up about 14 yards and then fumbled the rock, and Dobson will recover the ball. And that's not how you want to start the second half if you're Mike Peterson.
Yeah, very unfortunate at that time there for Villanueva. That was a nice carry, and on that second effort trying to pick up that last yard and a half, about 2 yards there, trying to get that first down, he coughed up the football and first down Mustangs.
I got excited. He was one of my impact players of the game, was Villanueva, and I thought he might have a chance there. He had some scoots on that one. Maybe it was that second effort as he took a lick at the 49-yard line and he coughed it up. So Red Mountain will also have wholesale changes defensively. And this will be Michael Gunnersdorf. No, this is Damian Duarte to start the second half at quarterback, and he'll run the football right up the middle. He'll pick up a yard, and then he's just stood up right there and spilled to the ground. Damian Duarte right there.
Lost his hat on that one.
Dylan Jacobs was there also for Red Mountain. Looked like number 90, Tate Georgian, was also in the mix there. So we'll see a bunch of different players. This guy right here, number 90 at cornerback here. You don't see that number at the corner position very often. He's going to take on Jimenez. So the ball is fumbled, and it's picked up by the Mountain Lions. 82 on the recovery for Red Mountain, Vincent Glovna. And we talked about Glovna in the first half, that he would be making an appearance here in this ball game, and Glovna right there to make an impact immediately. Little tit for tat here, one turnover by Villanueva, and then Dobson puts the ball on the turf right here, and the Mountain Lions get their third takeaway in this ball game.
Yeah, great job that time by Glovna, not overrunning the play, breaking down there as he entered the backfield and scooping up that fumble recovery. Nice job there.
3 wide receivers for Svoboda. Villanueva's checked in again. Svoboda to the air, far side of the field, and the ball is caught. It looked like it's Bourne. Make that Bonham. So, no, it was indeed Bourne. I thought I saw that, but how about that? So Drake Bourne, his first varsity reception, and it comes from Evan Svoboda and not Hiram Bourne. So Bourne's on the stat sheet. Drake Bourne makes the catch, a 5-yard reception for him. And how about that? Congratulations to that young man. We talked about Drake in the Players Lounge. 2nd and 5 from the 36-yard line. Svoboda will give it to Villanueva to the 40. Makes a move at the 35-yard line. Cuts it back. He's in the open field. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Josiah Villanueva. 36 yards to pay dirt. And the Mountain Lions are in cruise control here, leading it 48-0 after the house call by Josiah Villanueva. Yes, indeed, my impact player of the game.
Outstanding job there by Villanueva. Tried to take it off tackle on the far side of the field, had to bend it back, come all the way to the near side, had a wall of blockers there, and it was just nothing but jets all the way to the end zone.
You see cutback ability by Deontay Elliott. You saw an excellent cutback right there by Villanueva. In fact, the play prior, the one he fumbled on, is a very similar type play. Villanueva can scoot Good snap and a good hold. And Connor Gardner drills the 1 point after try, 6:42 and counting. It's 49-0 as we begin this third quarter and a running clock. And speaking to Coach Barge at the break, JP, the thought was that Red Mountain might only have 3 possessions in this second half due to the running clock.
Yeah, this third quarter is going by quickly. Just about 6. It'll be under 6 minutes to play here as we kick this one off once again here in the third quarter. So this second half is going to go by pretty quickly. So not a whole lot of time, but just enough time to get some of these 2s and 3s in there and get them some quality reps.
So you mentioned that you saw Jasper Parks last week?
Yes, sir, for the Western New Mexico Mustangs, starting at right tackle.
He started.
As a freshman, yes, sir.
The big fella started.
Yes,
how about
he did.
that?
Great to see him, and he was visiting with his family out there after the game, and it was great to see him. Coach Audie Atkins was on site as well, checking out Jasper, so a great time out there last week for the Ottawa Spirit and the Western New Mexico Mustangs.
It was a homecoming.
Yep, it was.
Very good.
Great to see Jasper. He was the biggest guy out there, let me tell you, for the Mustangs.
And this Spirit
Towering.
Spirit Club's 2-0 now, huh? Under Mike Nisbet.
2-0 going into the bye week, and they got Texas Wesleyan coming up next Saturday out at Spirit Field, so that'll be a good one.
I told you before, but I like your coach. I like him, Mike Nisbet. Good dude. All right, there's Gardner, and he drills this one, and that's the stuff we're looking for. Touchback number 16, I believe. Maybe 17. All the numbers are getting away from us up here. 68-67 last week, 49-0 here.
A leg like that, you can play a lot of football and make yourself a lot of money, Kevin.
No doubt about it. That's what it's all about, kicking on Sundays. Again, it's not that easy, though. There's a lot of guys doing that. We talked about Titus Pulliam being a long snapper at Montana State, another Red Mountain alum. And he's got aspirations, and a long snapping career in the National Football League will get you paid.
Oh, yes. Paid and paid well, especially if you can do it over the long haul.
So Duarte again will check in, and he'll just flip it to Xavier Jimenez, and Jimenez will take it out to the edge and then turn the corner, and he'll just pick up about 5 yards on that play. Jared Butler over there to make the tackle on Jimenez. They've done a nice job, has this Red Mountain defense on Jimenez tonight. They have not let him get loose. They haven't allowed him to get in any kind of space. And the guy that's made all the plays outside of Duarte, and the big play for him has been Hunter Shorts. 49-0, now we're going to get a penalty marker on the play. Once again, our AIA officiating crew, Rich Villarreal. The umpire is John Nelson. Our back judge is Gil Federico. Our head linesman, we told you who our head linesman was. It's T.O., Travis Owen, and the line judge is Damian Burnett. So your takeaways from the National Football League in Week 1. Kyler Murray made his debut for the Cardinals last week. It was a really inauspicious beginning for him, but he came back and finished with over 300 yards for the rookie.
Yeah, had a good comeback late in the game, and Cardinal fans were pleased with that. Not pleased with the overall effort from the Cardinals, but something to build on.
It was a tie. It was a tie as that Duarte pass just way too tall for Zachary Meza. Meza 5'11", 150. Clock continues to roll here in this AIA running clock rule at 42-0. It's 49-0. This will be a swift-moving second half, and that's good for the health of both these programs. So the ball's on the carpet again. Another loose football. Let's see who comes away with it. If Red Mountain comes away with it, it'll be their third turnover of the night, and they've got the football. And I'll tell you who's got the rock. The recovery by number 25, Joey Rassiopi. Rassiopi recovers the football, and Rassiopi makes his first play as a member of the varsity football team. How about it for a fumble recovery?
Nice job, young man. Mr. Rassiopi doing a great job out there, the junior for Red Mountain, and nice play there.
James, were you surprised that none of the Red Mountain football players were in the pageantry here tonight on homecoming. I thought Hiram Bourne, regardless of the situation, should have won King or George Ramirez, one of the two.
Well, I agree with you wholeheartedly, Kevin, but those guys dialed into the football game tonight, and they're going to let some of those other guys take care of that pageantry work here at the homecoming.
Here goes Connor Gardner in motion, looking for his first varsity reception. Swoboda to the air, and it's too low of a pass for Villanueva. I love the game that Villanueva has, and it'll be great to talk to him after the game because we had asked about that opportunity to score a touchdown, and he said, I sure hope so. It's kind of like when we go through the impact players of the game, sometimes the players know about it, sometimes they don't. Most of the times they do not. But in this case, we had some extra time tonight on Homecoming 2019, so we had some time to talk with the fellows early on. Swoboda working out of the gun. He'll put the ball in the hands of Villanueva, and he gets to that second level inside the 10-yard line, and it's going to be dropped right there. And one thing that we have seen through the last couple of years with the ball carriers here, we've seen excellent patience demonstrated. If it's not Ty McElroy, it's Deontay Elliott. And this young man here, Villanueva, does the exact same thing. Very patient, deliberate with the football, and then you give him that crease and look out.
Yeah, he's got speed, he's got acceleration, and he gets yards after contact as well. He's not that easy to bring down, and he's able to keep those legs turning as he did on that last play there.
Drake Bourne lines up to the near side. Swoboda, the quarterback, gives it to Villanueva. Villanueva spins out of a tackle, and he's going to scoot into the end zone for a touchdown. How about that? 8-yard touchdown run for Villanueva. His first and second varsity touchdowns right here tonight against Dobson, and that one was a fantastic run. He got to the 5, the spinorama move, bounced to the outside, and then punched it into the end zone all by himself. Speed, and some more speed for Josiah Villanueva. House call.
Yeah, great touchdown there for Villanueva, and credit as well to that offensive line up front, opening those holes for the running back there for Red Mountain.
So the wide receiver, Connor Gardner, looking for his holder, Jay Willie, and Jay Willie doing some napping over here. And it's easy to say that because
Netflix on the sideline, yeah.
Because Jared Wilson has, I'm not sure if Jared has recorded a catch tonight. He might have one. I don't think he does, but he is very instrumental in the success of this football team. High snap, great hold, and Connor Gardner once again splits the uprights here at Red Mountain High School.
Yeah, an attempt there about the 30-yard line, I believe, first quarter tonight. They kind of hung him out to dry on a little high ball there, but that's about it so far for Jay Willie tonight.
That's right. He had the one target that he missed, and that's when Hiram was still kind of shaking off the cobwebs here. The first 36 minutes are in the books. It's 56 nada. You're watching Red Mountain Football on the Red Mountain Football Broadcast Network.
Of your Phoenix Suns and Arizona Coyotes.
Parker & Sons.
A partner with your Arizona Diamondbacks and contributor to the D-Backs Give Back Foundation.
Parker & Sons.
A proud sponsor, donator, and volunteer for Arizona's Special Olympics.
Parker & Sons.
Parker is one of the most community-driven companies in Phoenix. A local family-operated company with award-winning installations and service for all your AC, plumbing, electrical, or water softener needs. Call 602-2-REPAIR. That's 602, the number 2, REPAIR for Parker & Sons.
A shout out to Red Mountain football fans. This is head coach Mike Peterson. From me to you, I invite you to listen to the Lions Den podcast each week, hosted by Red Mountain football play-by-play voice Kevin Derryberry, the K-Man. We will talk Mountain Lion football in depth after each game. Highlights, player interviews, chalk talk, and the Parker & Sons Varsity Player of the Week. Listen to the Lions Den. And hey, don't be that guy.
We join you in progress here in the fourth quarter as Connor Gardner picks up another touchback. Flirting with 20 touchbacks on the season. It's 56-0. And Dobson trailing big here, moving right to left. It'll be Duarte in the pistol formation with 3 wide receivers. Duarte will put it into the hands of Noah Williams. Bounces to the 25-yard line. Stiff arm tackle on this step out of bounds. Noah Williams, the ball carrier, and he was forced out by Tate Gorgon. Gorgon 5'7", 140. 5'7", 140 makes the play right there.
Yeah, great job stepping up there for number 90 for the Red Mountain Lions, Gorgon, and a nice tote as well there for the Dobson Mustangs, getting it to the edge there and picking up some yards. Nice peel back block on the inside there as well for the offensive line.
Red Mountain leads the 6A conference in scoring at 50.7 points a game, and Dobson is 27th with 18. Here's Duarte on a nice fake. Stutter step at the 35-yard line out to the 40, and he's going to be tackled right there. Making the stop for Red Mountain. Looked like Tyler Brown was in the area, and a couple guys jumped on there. Nathan Lees also was in that play. Gain of 14 for Duarte. Clock rolls with 10:15 to go in this final frame. On Homecoming 2019, Kevin Derryberry alongside James Poovey. Glad you can be with us. Globally, we welcome in our listening audience.
We saw some of the Foster family on YouTube a little bit earlier, watching from Texas. Hope you guys are doing great, enjoying the game tonight. Cheering on Mr. Carson Foster, I can only assume.
The very versatile Carson Foster plays every position on the line. Come in and play some defense. He can do it all. And now we get movement up front. A little bit overzealous out there with Zachary Meza. When you see a guy jump off that badly, James, you got to think, A, he's getting the ball, or he just missed the snap count badly.
Just ready to get after it there, tell you what, but false start there on Dobson, so that'll back him up a little bit. What about what's ACU got going this weekend? Are they at home?
ACU struggled mightily last week against ACU, Abilene Christian, and they are now on their third quarterback this season. So things have not gone according to plan for head coach Jeff Bowen, and they begin the campaign 0-2. So it'll be tough. Duarte back to throw. Winds up, throws deep, far side, looking for Jimenez, and there's a lot of traffic there, and there's going to be what looks to be maybe a pass interference penalty. Over there for Red Mountain with the coverage was Michael Sneed. He's a junior, and it looked like from our vantage point here, JP, that he had a little too much bodily contact right there.
You could say he was draped over the top of him there. Sneed wasn't buying it, obviously, but that was a good call there by the officiating crew, and you can't have that much contact. Once that ball's put in the air, you got to get off of that receiver if it's beyond 5 yards.
And there's something special about a ball game that's 56-0 when you see an incomplete pass like that across the field and the clock's still rolling. 8:09 remaining. So it'll be Duarte. Dobson has maybe just a couple of first downs here tonight. It's been a very tough night. I've got them for two unofficially. There goes Meza in motion. Two wide receivers now as Meza lines up in the slot. In the pistol, it's Duarte. Takes the snap, rolls on the near side, 50, and he's hit at the 50, making the 49-yard line. Good pursuit by Red Mountain.
Well, I got to give it up to number 12, Cody McLaughlin there on defense for the Red Mountain Lions, taking on half a man, and that man is number 38, Pierre McNeil, 5'5", 190 for the Dobson Mustangs. An excellent job on that pass rush there for Red Mountain. Nice job there, young man.
McNeil's a load, and Will Vanderlinden double fours. Vanderlinden in there also, making it difficult for Dobson. So this is a 2nd and 10 with 7:11 to go in this ball game. It's been all Red Mountain. Hiram Bourne has not played in the second half, neither has Ty McElroy or Deontay Elliott. Red Mountain showing blitz. Here they come. It's McNeil. And he makes the first man miss in the backfield, then lowers his shoulders, gets that pad level, and starts taking on Red Mountain tacklers at the 45-yard line. We'll call it the 44-yard line with the spot. Clock rolling at 6:44 to go.
Right side of that Dobson offensive line doing a great job that time, getting up to the second level and opening up the hole there for the running back. And nice pick up there for the Mustangs.
Nathan Lee's in there on the stop for Red Mountain. This is only the second, maybe the third time tonight Dobson's been in Red Mountain territory. 3rd and 5 from the 44-yard line for Duarte. Puts in the hand of McNeil. McNeil's got the first down. Big hold of the 40 inside of the 35-yard line and lowers his shoulder, and he will be stopped at the 33-yard line, and that's a very nice run there by McNeil, showing you a little toughness there. And you try to think of some other guys get a comp on McNeil. There are other guys like that, but he is a thundering type runner.
The bus comes to mind. Jerome Bettis? No?
Nah.
Come on now.
How about Jerome Bettis out of Detroit?
Yeah. Old Steeler?
Maybe. Maybe. Not bad. Not a horrible guess. But I thought that.
Who you got?
I thought that did the bus a little disservice right there.
Whoa.
It's McNeil.
He's a young bus.
Not bad. I'm trying to come up with one.
Bus with training wheels on it.
I'm trying to think of a guy that runs like that.
Sean Alexander?
No. You know, maybe Malcolm Brown with the Rams right now.
Yeah?
Taking vulture touchdowns out of Todd Gurley. We have an injured Red Mountain player down. I got 78 coming off.
Big 78.
Putting in a night's work. MJ Henning, a senior guard, playing some defensive end here, a little defensive line. So at this stage of the game, perhaps somebody is cramping up a little bit. The clock stops on the injury, so there's 5:31 to go. As you take a look at the Longines Parker & Sons Red Mountain scoreboard, 56-0. Elliott's got a couple of touchdowns. George Ramirez has a couple of touchdowns, one offense, one defense. And then Josiah Villanueva has scored 2 touchdowns.
Spreading the wealth tonight, Kevin.
Staying hot on the impact players of the game.
You are.
3
Good
for
call.
3.
T-Mac, Will Vanderlinden, and Josiah Villanueva.
And it's always one of those things when you look at that, it's easy to take Deontay Elliott and Hiram Bourne, but we did take Hiram Bourne at number 1 in that impact player last week. 7 touchdowns for Hiram Bourne. 7 touchdowns. Have we mentioned it? Between Chubba Purdy and Hiram Bourne, they both accounted for 17 scores.
Some teams can't get 17 scores all season.
Dobson has 3 through 3 games. So 69, the injured player for Red Mountain, and that was Ken Valenzuela. So Valenzuela will give way here, and now they'll wind up that clock. That's just a blessing at this stage when you see the clock rolling. Duarte out of the pistol. He's got McNeil behind him. It's Duarte on the keep. 40, 35, 30, lowers the shoulder, out across the 30 into the approaching the red zone around the 25-yard line, and it was Tate Gorgian again meeting Duarte on the sideline and then shoved them out of bounds.
Well, Duarte did get a great job that time, letting the play set up, letting the outside develop and let those offensive linemen get to the edge that time, set up a little bit of a lane there for him, and a nice pickup there for the Mustangs.
Duarte last year, 67 carries, 236 yards with 5 touchdowns. He had 384 all-purpose yards. He also is a very good defensive player, 24 tackles, 2 TFLs, a sack, and 2 picks. But last week he had a 16-yard touchdown reception. There goes Jimenez in motion. He gets the ball, and he is upended on the 24-yard line. You talk about coming up and making a fantastic open field tackle for Red Mountain. That's Gannon Lyles. 95 on the play. Gannon Lyles, a 5'10", 150-pound backer. He had a solo tackle last week, and he just showed you what it's like to knife through there and take out someone's legs, and that was textbook tackling right there.
Gannon Lyles with the submarine that time for Red Mountain. An outstanding job in the open field there, flipping the ball carrier up on his head and upending him there for the stop.
1st and 10 for the 23-yard line. This is Williams, and Williams is going to try to spin out of traffic. He'll take it inside the red zone to the 16-yard line, and that's Williams' best run of the evening. For Williams, last week, 3 carries, 41 yards. He had a 34-yard touchdown. And all of last season, Noah Williams, just 28 tries and only 93 yards. So used, but used sparingly. Gain of 7 for Williams, his best run of the night. Working out of the pistol against Duarte. Gives it to Williams, tries to bounce it outside, stiff arm tackle. The 20, and they're going to string him up at the 20-yard line. Nice defensive play there. Looked like Lyles again. Gannon Lyles stringing people out on the edge there. And we talk about what this game means in terms of developing depth and getting some guys some playing time. As you say, live bullets. And Ganaliles making the most of his opportunity here.
Yeah, that's 2 in a row there by number 95 for Red Mountain, doing a great job of stringing that one out wide. Kept the shoulder square to the line of scrimmage, didn't get turned, and was able to make the stop on the edge there. Excellent play.
The big fella back in this ball game, that's Kamal Nassar, 77 in the middle there. Duarte has Williams behind him. It's Williams, and he had to get the football first, and then they're going to just stand him up at the line of scrimmage there, and then a whole host, gang of black shirts swarm to the football there and spill him over to the ground.
Excellent pursuit there on again for Red Mountain. These J players coming in here and being very effective here in this second half for Red Mountain.
Vincent Glovna there in the middle of that fracas. 2:06 to go. Clock rolling. It's 56-0. It's been all Mountain Lions, and it's been big play and great defense here. And the one thing that the coaching staff wanted to accomplish here tonight was get out of this game healthy, but learn some things, work on a few things, and as Ben Bray told us before the game, just get better. And that's something that they're trying to do here. And I think in a lot of ways we've seen Connor Gardner get better tonight. Just him alone, if we wanted to ISO the special teams, they've been fantastic tonight. Duarte back to throw from the pocket, scrambles, off-balance throw towards the end zone, and it's nearly picked off. And they're going to say it's incomplete. Back there defensively for the Mountain Lions, that was 20 Hunter Jimenez. And Jimenez, a junior, one of several guys making plays. Campos has made some plays. Vanderlinden has made plays tonight. Glovna has made plays tonight. Nathan Lees, Gorgon, Gannon Lyles, 3 solo tackles in as many weeks. And Red Mountain's offense will come out one more time, and I would think Mike Peterson will just take a knee here.
This should be victory formation. That was a great job there by Jimenez. He almost picked that one off.
A near interception. So Red Mountain will improve to 4-1. Big win, coach. Check it. Red Mountain will improve to 3-1. 3-1, and Red Mountain will begin their East Valley Region season at 1-0. We will be at Westview for the next week. The next 3 games are on the road for the Mountain Lions. So we won't be home for a couple of weeks. So we will miss Tyler Ebel for the next 3 weeks. So hopefully his fantasy team gets things in line while we're gone. But he's got Stephon Diggs, and I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Nice dig as well from you there, KDB.
We have gone final here from Red Mountain High School as the Mountain Lions win it convincingly, 56-0. And it is a resounding victory. And James, as we've talked most of the evening, it's great to get the offense early and to take care of business. Kind of, shake the hands off here, and they did what they needed to do, and they got a lot of players some playing time tonight.
They did valuable playing time, and a lot of lunch pail guys on the squad here for Red Mountain. They came in, they got it done. They took care of business. They punched in, and now they punched out early tonight with the running clock, and a great effort here. Homecoming crowd, very pleased, and just all Red Mountain here tonight. What can you say about this football team?
Mountain Lions improved to 3-1 under head coach Mike Peterson. They are 1-0 to begin the season in the East Valley region. For Dobson, they fall to 1-3. And Dobson, they were just beat up. And you look back at their history, they won 2 games last year. They won them both by the count of 48-6. They beat Maryville and Kofa. They finished 2-8. And right now they're 1-3 under Bill Gottsill, who came over here from Coolidge. It's going to be a work in progress for him as the fireworks launch here from Red Mountain High School on a festive evening. The handshakes have completed here, and Red Mountain will go down towards the south end zone and sing the fight song as they do each and every time here at home. What a tradition that Jim Jones and Ron Wisniewski and a whole bunch of coaches along the way have continued to fulfill. Mike Peterson is now doing it. Big win here at home. The Mountain Lions 56-0. JP, your thoughts on the huge win here?
Yeah, it was a big one on homecoming night. A very excited crowd on hand tonight. They had a few things to cheer about. It was obviously a home game. It was a blowout. Let's call it what it was. But as you mentioned, Red Mountain able to get some things done productively and get a lot of those younger players some valuable playing time, and that'll pay dividends as the season goes along.
And they wanted to create some depth tonight, and I think this is a good opportunity to do that. And the funny thing about it is, for Red Mountain, is they know what kind of a region that they have. And in this region, they do have the luxury, so to speak, to work on things and to develop depth, as we referred to several times tonight. But this is the way to do it. You get a lot of guys involved, and so many guys work hard all week long. They get their reps in practice, and tonight they get game reps. Back to that live bull analogy, but now they can only make these guys better for their next opportunity. And as things start to get a little bit better, Westview should give us a better test. We got Basha on the docket soon, and Basha Bears at their place is going to be a very formidable football game with Gabe Friend and company. That's going to be a good one, and it could be a marquee matchup as we roll throughout the season. And the Super 8, as we talk about it, this is a whole brand new ball of wax and a whole new dynamic for everybody.
Yeah, well, Red Mountain's got to be in that Super 8 talk right now, especially with that 1-point showdown last week with Perry here at Red Mountain High School. But Westview will provide a good test, and then you mentioned we go on the road at Basha soon after that, and that's going to be a great one.
So for Dr. James Gowdy, Mike Peterson, Tyler Evil here in the press box, my broadcast partner, James Poovey, our entire global listening audience, I'm Kevin Derryberry. Glad you can be with us. Where Red Mountain improves to 3-1. They begin 1-0 in the East Valley region. They win it here 56-0. Big night from Deontay Elliott. Big night from Josiah Villanueva. And a big night for the Mountain Lions. Good night from Red Mountain High School.